Hey everybody, Tom here, and I know two weird things happening right this moment. First of all, why am I showing my face? I try to keep that thing hidden. And second of all, why am I posting a video where I know that there are mistakes? Well, I always have mistakes, so that's not super weird. But specifically, I wanted to talk about why I'm reposting this Cubitos video. First of all, well, okay, last week I made the video for Cubitos, a multiplayer game. Took a long time to record, even longer to edit, and I posted it, was really excited about it. And then some very nice and helpful viewers did put out comments. These were nice comments, no problem there. But they pointed out that I had made two relatively big rules mistakes, which was dumb. One of them I just had totally missed in the rulebook, just by nature. And then the other one I knew about, but for some reason as I was recording, it slipped my mind to even think about it. I was kind of in the jive, so I just didn't think about it. Anyway, I re-recorded the video, but the results were so different from my first recording. The way it played out was so different that I decided to re-record the playthrough, and I posted that. But seeing that the results were so different and I had so much fun both times, I really wanted to give you a feel for ways that this game can go down, and I didn't want that whole weekend's worth of work to go to waste. So I just wanted to make a quick video right here introducing my mistakes video to talk about the two mistakes that you're going to see in this video. First mistake is each player should only be starting with 2 of these dark gray dice. I had them starting with 3. I'm such a deck building person that I feel like most deck builders start with 10 cards, and so I started with 10 dice, and that was a mistake. The second mistake you're going to notice is in this game there is a catch-up mechanism to help people who are behind catch up. And I didn't do that. So if you take a look at the map, basically you're going to see these red lines. And essentially what you do is when you're deciding your hand size, you should compare where your cube is on this map with where the leader of the race is. And for each red line, I'm kind of pointing at it right here. For each red line in between you and the leader, you should increase your hand size by 1. I didn't do that. And so anyway, just keep that in mind as you're watching the video. I did make those 2 mistakes, but I did think that the game was fun enough that it was worth posting even with those 2 mistakes. And like I said, the results from when I did it correctly were so different that I wanted to have both videos available. So here it is, my gameplay with mistakes. I hope you enjoy, and thanks for watching. See you later. Have fun. How do I end a video like this? Okay, have fun. Bye. Hey everybody, Tom here, and today I want to teach you how to play a multiplayer game of Cubitos, I think it's pronounced. Cubitos is a game, it's a racing game of dice chucking, luck pressing madness that is very similar in its feel to Quacks of Quedlinburg, one of my all-time favorite games ever in the world. I freaking love that game. And so having a sister game with that is similar, but also different enough that I like them both, I really wanted to play this. Now I mentioned that this is a multiplayer game because I have created a solo mode. I will put a link to that video if you are interested in learning about that. And also I typed up that solo variant and put it on BoardGameGeek.com. I'll put a link to that in the description of this video in case you're interested. But I recommend that you don't really read those rules or watch that video unless you know how to play this game already. So with that said, in this video, I'm going to teach you how to play the game and play a full 3-player playthrough. I'll be playing as the blue player, the red player, and the yellow player. I'm going to be playing them. I'm going to try different kinds of strategies with these 3. That's why I wanted to do 3 different players. That's kind of the goal of this video. Now in Cubitos, there are 4 different tracks that come with the game. I am playing with the introductory track here, but the really basic idea, and this is pretty simple, is that we are racers on this track and we are going to be running around the track. First person to cross the finish line is the winner. Now, I guess the starting space, it's not super clear in the rulebook, but the starting space is basically 1 space, and so it doesn't matter where you place your character. The first move off of that space is really what matters. So I say that because I think technically if you were playing the game and you had just set your your runner here at the beginning. On your first space, you could technically probably jump up that way. Again, like I said, the rulebook wasn't overly clear about how your dude stands on here, but that's my understanding. Now, the reason I place these the way that they are is because I really want to use 3 different characters to highlight 3 different strategies. I'm going to have my yellow character kind of play it really straightforward. They're going to stay on the inside track as much as possible, not really going for any of these rewards that you see out here. And they're just going to try to zip around and get to the finish line. The blue player, I'm probably going to have them stick along the outside track, gathering as many rewards as they can. So they're going to have more space, but in theory, they're going to become more powerful. And then I'm going to have my red player kind of doing some, well, I guess that's orange. I'm going to have my orange player in the middle, kind of doing some rewards, kind of sticking on the inside track, whatever. But ultimately, at the end of the day, no matter what your strategy is, the first person to cross that finish line is going to be the winner. The way that this is all going to work is that we're going to be, I don't know what to call this. It's not a bag builder. It's like a dice pool builder. But essentially, we all start with the exact same number of dice. We have 3 dark gray dice and 7 light gray dice. We'll talk about those. And then we have the starting player die that's going to be passed one round to the next. So right now the blue player is the only player with this one. We all have the exact same board, which is just going to kind of help us keep track of where our dice are as they move throughout the phases of the game. We also have this round helper that you're going to see me really rely on at the beginning of the game as I'm teaching it. And then eventually you're going to kind of see me probably not use this so much, but I'll try to use it at the beginning as I'm teaching you how to play. In general, the 2 main things that are going to happen in this game is we're going to be rolling these dice and using the icons on the dice to help us either buy better dice or to move on the track. So these gray dice are really, really weak. They only have one side that has an icon on it, and it's this side right here. You can imagine that that's $1 we could use towards going to buy better dice. So that's the only side on these light gray dice. These dark gray dice have 2 sides. They have 4 blanks, and then they have one side that's $1 towards buying more dice, and they have a foot icon. Remember, this is a race, so I mean, we can have all the cool dice in the world, but really what we're aiming for are these feet icons, because for every foot icon, we're going to be able to move ourselves 1 space around the track. So you might be able to tell already that the dice that we start with are pretty weak, but we can buy better dice as time goes on. The cost to buy a different die is located right here. So this is the brown card. It's called Rich Dog in this specific scenario that we're playing. There are actually a whole bunch of different brown dice cards that you can choose from. This is just the one that they recommend in the rulebook to start with. And to buy one of these brown dice, it's going to cost $2. You could see right here exactly what this die will offer. It has, I mean, every dice has 6 sides, but it has 4 blank sides. It'll have one side that will give you $3 towards buying more cubes, dice, whatever. And it has this dog icon. Each one of these is going to have a specific icon. So this one has a dog. This one has some swords. This one has some shields. This has a cat, a peace sign. I think that's a beaver sign, cheese, and a dinosaur. And so in general, these dice will have blank sides. It might have feet or money side, and then it'll have their special icon, and that special icon will relate to a special ability that each die can do. Now we'll get into the details later on, but what I wanted to show you is, heck, this die is already better because it has one side that has 3 money. This dog icon actually also provides 3 money, but then you would lose the die if you roll that dog icon. Wow, that's going to be rough. Or you could see the smelly cat die is even better. It costs 5, but it has 3 sides on it. 2 of them are feet, which we need because it's a race. And if you roll the cat icon, you would get to move twice. So that's pretty cool. So in general, I just wanted to show you that the dice have different costs from $2 all the way up to $12. And that they're going to improve the way that you move around the board and the way that you gain rewards and that you can buy more dice. You know, so whatever your strategy is, that's kind of how you'll work. Now, if you have played Quacks of Quedlinburg or Farkle or whatever, like if you've played dice games, there's often the concept of busting. And essentially that means if we roll no icons, which is very possible, we're going to have this fans track. And kind of as a consolation to make you feel better about losing, we're going to be moving up this fans track. And what will happen is as we move higher along this track, we're going to gain some credits, which is basically money. I'll talk about the difference between the square money and the round money. And or we're going to get these little hand symbols, which is going to increase the number of dice that we get to use each round. So, you know, if you're busting a bunch and you're not doing so hot, you might actually be able to roll even more dice on your turn, therefore kind of helping you catch up a little bit. So that's the plan. I'm going to see who wins. I really haven't tried playing these 3 different strategies all in one game before, so I'm kind of excited. The only thing that I want to point out before I teach you how to play is just some of the stuff on the board. Specifically, as we're running around the board, there are these water spots, and nobody can stand in the water spot. They're going to have to move around it. And so the blue player, obviously, like I said, their strategies are going to be to come around and hit all of these rewards. The yellow player is going to come this way. They won't be able to go in the water, so they're going to have to kind of avoid the water spots like that. And the orange player, I'll often call them red, can't just go into the water at the beginning. I just haven't decided if I'm going to send them up this way or around this way. Time will tell. We'll see what they roll. Now, every round is going to have 2 phases, the rolling phase and then the running phase. And both phases essentially happen simultaneously. There isn't necessarily a start player per se, even though this is the start player die. But in the event that something does matter with turn order, that would happen just starting with the start player and going around the table. But obviously, because I'm playing 3 characters, we will be taking turns. Just keep in mind that in general, if you're playing this game with other people, everybody does the roll phase all together. And then for the most part, you can either do the run phase one person at a time, or if people know what they're doing, they can kind of take care of themselves and you just do that. So let's start off with the roll phase. It's explained right here. It's going to happen in 3 different parts. The first part is we have to draw. That means that you're going to look at how many hands you have. Everybody starts with 9. And you're going to pull 9 dice from the draw pile over to the roll pile. Or it will come up next round. You want to make sure that you start with 9 dice right here in the roll pile. So I mentioned before that the dark dice are better than the light ones. And so I'm going to go ahead and just pull these 9 dice over. And this does not count as one of your 9, but the blue player is going to get this starting die here. And the other thing that I'm going to add, just to keep things easier, is I'm going to add this dice tray that I will be using to roll. Most people would just roll above the board where the arrow is pointing, but I think that this one is going to help me. We'll see if I get sick of it as I play, but when I'm playing solo, I use this thing a lot, but I want to make sure that I keep things on camera. So the first part is make sure that you're starting with 9 dice in your hand, and if you have the starting die, you start with that too, and you go ahead and you roll the dice. Okay, any die that's showing anything is called a hit, and they get moved into your active zone. So I've got these dice here, and they are all active. If you have fewer than 3 active dice, roll everything again. There's no pressure, there's no sweat. You can't bust if you have fewer than 3 active dice over here in the active pile. If you have 3 or more dice, we do risk busting. If we roll all blanks, we would bust. We'll talk about the consequences of that soon. I'm feeling lucky, which is weird for me because I'm notoriously a terrible roller, but we're having fun. It would be super boring if I just stopped right there. But let's have blue go ahead and roll again. Oops, one of them fell out. Okay, so again, we pull out any icons that are showing, and we'll set them in the active spot. And you have to decide if you want to roll again. Remember, this one has 2 sides that aren't blank. This has 1 side that isn't blank. So I think what I'm going to do for the blue player is let's go ahead and stop right there. Any dice that we don't use, we're going to put right here in the roll pile, and we'll be rolling these next turn. So all we did is we drew, we rolled the dice. If we wanted to push our luck, we could keep rolling, moving our dice into the active zone until we pass, which we just barely did. To help me keep track, I'll go ahead and flip this over to show the blue player is done. Let's bring the tray over to the red player. Okay, same exact idea, only they don't have that big starting die, and it's probably just the most normal thing to just leave one of the light gray dice behind. Let's roll everything else here on this first turn and see what happens. Well, okay, at least we got 1 foot. And again, even if I had busted on that first roll, unless you have 3 active dice, it wouldn't matter. You would just keep rolling anyway. Like that. So normally that would be a bust, but I only have 1 die there, so I can keep rolling. No problem. I guess red is going to be our notoriously terrible roller this time. Come on. Okay, so at this point, they risk busting, and given what just happened, I probably should stop, but let's go one more time. Come on, my luck can't be that bad the whole time, right? Oh, yeah, that was pretty good. Okay, that was a great one. Only 3 dice left over. That was even better than the blue player. I want to see how the yellow player goes. And as I said, for the most part, oops, we'll start the same way. As I mentioned, all of this happens simultaneously, but if you're kind of eyeing what somebody else is doing, and if they're eyeing you, then you could say, let's go in player order. The blue player would have to finish their roll phase, and then the red player would have to finish, and then the yellow player would have to finish, if you're on the standoff of waiting to see what other people are rolling. But for me, I'll try to play it friendly. Okay, so we've got these 2. Put them here in the active zone. And then roll again. Okay, so now I do risk busting, but let's go again. Oh yeah, that was great. Okay, so we're going to go ahead and stop right there. As I mentioned, don't worry, I will bust several times during this game, and so we'll see what happens there. But for now, I'm just going to go ahead and move this out of the way. Oops, I forgot to flip this for the red player too. And we will come back to the blue player for the run phase. Like I said, for the most part, people can kind of do this at the same time if you wanted to speed things along, or you could just go in player order, starting with the starting player for the round. It lists exactly what we need to do right here. The first thing we need to do is use abilities. Abilities will be on those colorful dice. That would be like the picture icons that you would see. We would resolve any combat dice. The big thing about the red dice is you compare who has the most swords showing. We'll get more into that later. And we would determine how much money and how many feet we earned. So for the blue player, we have 2 feet and 4 money. Next, what we're going to do is we're going to move. So I'm going to be moving 2 feet. Now the way that I track, it really depends on my mood and my level of laziness. But basically, different people do different things. I find myself usually moving and then moving that into the discard pile. Technically, what you want to do is use your moves and just flip them to the blank side, keeping them here until you're done, and then slide over to the discard pile. We'll see how loyal I am to the rules. But basically, I have 2 feet to move. So I'm going to go 1, 2. And if I wanted to, I could spend 4 coins to move 1 more time. It's tempting, but it's so early in the game that I probably want to save my... Here's why I'm struggling with the blue player. I probably should use my 4 coins to buy another die. But if I were to move 1 more space, I would land on this spot here. Let me see if I can zoom in so you can see it better. I don't know if you can see that very well, but that says lose, and it has like a little die with an X on it. That's kind of a way to cull your die pile. So we could start getting rid of those really weak dice, which honestly is not a bad strategy where I'm trying to be different from the other players. Let's have the blue player do that. I'm going to move 1 more spot so that I can activate this reward, which is going to let me lose a die. So I am spending these 4, in order to make that 1 move. And once you're done, moving, you would spend any money you want buying dice, which I'm not doing this time. And then you're going to slide all of these dice into the discard pile. And then, in theory, I flip this up to show that I'm done with that. Oh, but I do need to claim my reward. I need to remove 1 die from my play area. It could be from any of the spots that you want to. I'll just go ahead and get rid of one of these light gray dice and call it good. Okay, what's the red player doing? Oh wow, they have a really similar setup. They have 2 feet and then 4 coins. Let's have them do something a little bit different. So we will spend our 2 feet. I think with our 2 feet, let's do come this way. 1, 2. I could spend these 4 coins in order to move 1 more space, but I really want to be diverse here, and I really want different colored dice. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and spend these 4 coins. What you don't use from the dice, you lose. That's what the circle money is. That's basically use it now or lose it. We can buy up to 2 dice as long as they are different colors, keeping in mind the cost. I've only got 4 coins, and I mean, thematically, you don't have to buy the red dice because you're the red player, especially because he's the orange player. But what I'm going to do is, let's make our red player a little more aggressive. So they're going to buy one of these red dice. And any dice you buy, go over here to the discard pile. So we moved, we purchased, and now we'll slide our active dice over here. Flipping this to show we're done. Yellow player is going to be quite a bit different. They actually didn't have any feet. They did end up with 6 coins though. Oops. So let's go ahead and take a look at what dice we want to buy with 6 coins. Now with Quacks of Quedlinburg, one of the big strategies is buy as many chips as you can. So it was worthwhile to buy cheap chips if you could get 2 of them because it helped dilute your bag. That's not necessarily the case with this game, even though you could make an argument that it's pretty similar. I just mentioned that because for 6, what do? Do I get one of these 5s? Do I get a 3? Probably not. Do I get the 2 and the 4? Just so that we can learn what all these different dice do. Let's go for a 2 and a 4. So I'm going to grab a brown one and a green one. Like I said, I really want to keep the variety up, and I guess technically let's flip these to their blank side. It does help kind of visually if you do that, just to show what things you can still do and what things you've already done. But with that said, we can go ahead and flip that up. And that was the end of the first round. So what we're going to do is we're going to pass the starting die over. And remembering that this does not count against your hand of 9, what happens next is you're going to look at how many you have in your roll zone. So we have 3. And you're going to pull from your draw pile until you have 9. Now, obviously, I only have 1. So once you don't have any more dice in your draw pile, you're going to bring all of your discard pile over. Trying to do that one-handed. And then you keep drawing until you start at 9. So I'm going to pull the best ones that we can. Looks like we got these. And we're going to have 1 more. And once we have our starting hand of 9, let me go ahead and we will bring in our dice tray. And the red player is going to go ahead and roll. And let's see how this goes. Oh, dang. That was a pretty good one. Okay, so we've got feet. And the big question is, do I roll again? Oh, I would have loved to get one of these icons on the red die, but not as much as I want. I don't think I want to risk busting still. At some point, I know that I need to do that so I can teach you what happens, but I'm feeling nervous, and I'm such a terrible roller. It'll happen before too long. So I think we're just going to stop with that and go ahead and pass this. Oh, and I will flip that over. Okay, so what's our yellow player going to do? So they've got these. We're going to slide these over. Oops. Like this. So we've got 4. We're going to need 5 more. So we'll go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And let's go ahead and roll those out. Okay. Oh, wow. That's not too bad. All right. So what I want to point out here is this is our first time that we've seen a non-foot, non-money icon. So what you want to do in this case is make sure you know what that ability does. I'm going to pull over the green card. And whenever we see this icon, we look over here. And this says that it's active, which basically means it's happening as long as that thing is showing. And specifically on this one, it says if we decide to push, we can first move the die, the green one, into the roll pile and then roll again. So you might be asking, well, what's the point? You would have re-rolled it if it was blank anyway. Well, the whole point of this green die from that ability is I can either be rolling 4 dice or I could be rolling 5 dice. And this just makes sure that you have the chance to actually hit something. It has a better chance of hitting something than if you roll without it. So I think let's use that ability. I'm a little nervous. It's only 5 dice, and that's a really good start, but we're going to do it anyway. Gah! And we busted. So when you bust, what happens is any dice that are in your active zone immediately move over to your discard zone. I'll go ahead and turn them this way. We will not be using their abilities at all. And all of these dice are going to go here to the roll zone. And if you bust, one of the constellations is anything that you want to bring over to the discard zone, you can from the roll pile. And I think because I really want to be able to roll these 2 again, I want to keep these here. And let's just send some of these crappy dice over just so that we can cycle them through. And that's going to be the end of their roll phase, and they won't really have a run phase. but we're going to pass this over to blue. Oh, duh, and I should show you the other huge consolation. Anytime you bust, your fans are going to really cheer you on, and so you're going to take your fan person here, and we're going to move them on this track. Now, the first time you bust, nothing happens, but the second time you bust, you're going to earn 1 credit, which is basically money you can spend anytime you want to. Then the next time we bust, we'll get another credit, and we're going to increase our hand size by 1, which means we'll be rolling 10 dice instead of 9, and so on. And so that's what this track is. It's basically if you bust, you're going to move up that track. Now remember, blue actually got rid of one of their dice, so they only have 9 dice to start with. And so that's going to be like this. Okay. And, all right, only 3 hits. Not a great start. Oops, that was here. And probably, let's go ahead and roll again. Could bust, we'll see. Oh, that was great. Okay, I think I will go ahead and stop right there. Now we're on the run phase, so the red player doesn't have any special abilities that they're going to use, but what we need to do is resolve combat. We didn't have any combat, none of us did, so don't worry about that. And we'll figure out how many money and feet we have. We have 2 feet and 4 money again. So let's go ahead and start by moving 2. Now you don't get rewards by stepping on them, you have to stop on them. So I'm just gonna go 1, 2, I think it'll be worth it to just keep moving. And then I do have 4 coins to spend. I think we will, you know, I really kind of do want to spend all 4 and get a green one, but let's stick with the red one. Let's get one. Like I said, that'll really diversify our strategy. We'll slide all of these over here and flip this to show that we're done. Remember, the yellow player actually is going to be skipping this thing because they ended up busting. If they had those square credits, you could spend those square credits to buy more dice. They don't have any, so they are just done. And our blue player has a pretty great turn, so they're going to have 2 feet. I think they will just go 1, 2 and stop there. That's going to earn them 2 credits that they can spend anytime they want. We'll go ahead and keep those. Oh, we usually put the tray there, so we'll keep those right here. And now I have 4, 5, 6. If I want to spend up to that, I'm going to lose these 4 if I don't spend them. My plan is, let's go ahead and spend 1 of these. And Bob the llama is really going to help us with our strategy. That's kind of why I put the blue player on the outside. He's going to help you pick up rewards without standing directly on them. And so I'm going to go ahead and grab that. So that goes in the discard pile. I'll flip this. I got the yellow one off camera. And it's a new round, so we'll go ahead and pass this over to yellow. And yellow, let's see. So they have 2 here. So we're going to bring these 3. So now they're up to 5. And then we're going to slide or bring these all the way over here. And we need 4 more. So let's pick the 3 good ones and 1 lame one. We've got our starting die. Here's the tray. This tray came from Chip Theory Games. It came with, well, I bought it when I got Too Many Bones, in case you're curious about it. And we'll go ahead and start rolling. All right, what have we got here? We have, oh, okay, so, oops. We've got these ones. And our dog. Now, remember the dog, when you see the dog icon, he is going to give us 3 coins, but then we're going to have to put the dog back. I think the idea is that he ran after his bone. He's not going to be available. We'll have to get a different one, but at least he's going to give us 3 coins this turn. I don't have any feet. I've still got 5 dice, and this die is a 50-50 chance of hitting. So let's do, we're going to push 1 more time. Oh, okay. Got a foot, and I probably should have showed you this earlier. So the starting die, like I said, it's 50-50 chance. It has a 1 credit, a 2 credit, and a foot. All right, so they're going to go ahead and stop right there. They busted last time, and that was kind of a little bit painful. And we'll flip this. Coming over to blue. All right, so they've got 3, nothing in their draw pile, so we'll slide these over. Definitely bring on our llama, so that's 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Okay, and remember they have 1 fewer crappy gray die than the other, so hopefully things are a little more concentrated in a positive way and will become more so. Oh yeah, So you're going to see the llama ability later. Essentially, when we stop our movement, here I'll show you the card. After we move, then we can gain 1 reward that's 1 space away, or one that's is 2 spaces away. So he's going to be able to kind of reach out and grab rewards for us. We also got these 2 coins. Do I stop? No, we got 6 dice. This is always when it happens. Ooh, okay, so we got that. And we'll go ahead and I'm going to stop. We'll put those here. Flip this. And come over to the red player. Let's see, so we've got 6. And then we bring these around. 7, 8, 9. Should be a pretty good round. Look at all of those different colors. Okay, oh, that was a foot. We've got to get at least 1 combat symbol here. Come on, people. Oh, and that's not really on the camera very well. There we go. Oh, come on, I just want 1 combat. They're so good. Okay, we got a combat so we can learn what those do. And then I'll go ahead and put these here like that. Okay, yellow, they're going to have 1 foot. Wahoo, their first step. And then they're going to have 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. But then we're going to lose this. So let me put it up here. We've got 7 money to spend. And so I don't forget, let's just go ahead and get rid of this one. Let's see, for 7, let's get the dog again. That's 2. And we're going to get a smelly cat. The smelly cat helps you move faster. And since we're on the inside track, that seems like a great strategy. I should say, just for clarity, you really can move any direction you want to. You could move backwards, you could just bounce back and forth between a normal space and a reward space. Totally up to you. Why wouldn't you move forward in a race? Probably a better thing to do. So let me flip this. And blue, so we're going to have 1 move. And then remember, our llama is going to help us gather 1 reward. That's either 1 or 2 spaces away. So we're going to go right here, and I could either choose 2 credits or this flag. I'm going to choose the flag because that basically means, without busting, that you get to move up this track. And as you can see, great rewards wait us there. Now I have 3 coins and 1 credit to spend. I think for 4. I see that red player getting a whole bunch of red. Do you want, yeah, let's do spend 3. I'll keep the credit just so there's a little competition. I don't want them running away with anything. Now, as time goes on, I will be aware of and talk about who has the most of these combat symbols, and we'll take care of that at the appropriate time. But I wanted to show you, in this game, the person with the most combat symbols is going to be, again, you'd use your starting player die to break ties, but the person with the most combat symbols is going to get 3 credits and move 2, but they're going to lose their red die, kind of like how we lose the dog. And so I'm going to go ahead and lose this one, but as I do, let me bring back 3 credits. Remember that we have 2 feet in addition to this one, so let's go move 3 times. Now remember, I mentioned I kind of want my red player to be like my kind of wants rewards, kind of stays near-ish to the middle. 3, 1, 2, 3 doesn't get me to any rewards. But if I go 1, 2, 3, I can kind of position myself in line of a few different rewards there. So I think that that's where we'll go. And now I have between 3 and 6 money to spend. Remember that if you get 2 dice, you can either get 0, 1, or 2. If you get 2, they just need to be different colors. Let's grab a dog and a red one to replace the other red one. And then we have finished all of that. Go ahead and flip that. And that was the end of the 3rd round. We passed this over. So hopefully you're starting to get the hang of it. As I mentioned, this is the basic board. It's the basic cards. Really basic gameplay, but man, it's fun. I've played the basic version with my solo mode 10 times in 2 days, and whew, it's fun. All right, so for the blue player, we've got 5, and then we have this one. It kind of sucks that those are all the light grays. We'll see if we can find opportunities to get rid of them. But let's bring these 5 strong dice over. No, not 5. I got to lose one. Let's lose that one. That way we're at 9. And we've got our starting player die. Go ahead and grab these all. Give myself a little bit of space. Here we go. All right, so our llama's going to help again, and we've got the 2 money, so that's great. Well, I think before I said 2 credit, it was 1 credit or 2 of the temporary money. And we've got these. Didn't get my red symbol, but my brain kind of usually stops at 4. Yeah, we'll go ahead and stop. Sometimes we'll see. I feel good about that. All right, so we've got 4 there. Now we're up to 7. Bring these around, and we'll add our 2 friends here. Is that, yeah, that's 9. Okay, here we go. Great, got a combat symbol, and these ones, and let's go one more time. So this is an opportunity where the red player sees that symbol. Maybe the blue player would have pushed again. And, you know, I guess in this video, I might have that option to go push again if I want to, just kind of eyeing what they're doing. And if you're at a standstill, like I said, start with the starting player. They've got to decide if they're done or not. Great. We got another combat symbol. And 5. Oh, if I stop, I get the combat. If I push, then I don't get it. But that's 5 dice. It's only 2 money. No, we're going to stop. I don't want to lose those combat symbols. And mostly flipping this thing is helping me keep track as I'm recording what's going on. All right, so we've got 6 over here. Then we're going to bring these back. And we'll go 7, 8, 9. We'll get our specialties in there. And let's see how this goes. Come on. Well, that wasn't great. That's okay. We're still good people. Let's try again. Oh, even worse. Yellow has been my bad roller, haven't they? If I bust on this one, I'm going to be mad. Ooh, that was pretty good. Okay, so the dog symbol, remember that's going to be 3 coins, and then we'll have to get rid of that. But these ones will come here into the roll pile, and let's flip that. Okay, what's the blue player doing? They've got 1 move, and then the llama's going to help them pick up a reward. That'll be perfect because they're going to go right here. They're going to get this reward, and the llama lets them pick a reward up to 2 spaces away. Whether we did that one or that one, it's 2 credits. Plus, we're landing on the fan spot, so we go here to get that credit. So I'm going to bring back 3 credits. Yes. So super cool. 1, 2, 3, 4. So money-wise, I've got between 5 up to 9. But I think I want to save these credits for a really good die. That's kind of the point of the blue players. They're going to go slow, but get really good rewards to get great things. So for now, let's pick up another copy of Bob. And that goes there. We'll slide these all over. All right, so we did win the combat, which means we're going to gain 3 credits. I'm about to sneeze. We'll do this. Put us at 6 credits. And then we have to lose 1 of the dice, and we gain 2 feet. So let's go move. Again, the 2 feet came from the victory. We get 3 credits and 2 feet, lose 1 of the red dice. So let's go 1, 2, right? 1, 2, yeah, let's go there. This track can do good things, so if we happen to bust, we'll, you know, at least have some good progress. Now I've got between 2 and 6 credits. Since I keep losing a red die, let's go ahead and use these 2 and that 1 to grab another one. Just to make sure we keep that on hand. I've never done that strategy before, so we'll see how it plays out. All right, over here, the yellow player, remember this is 3, and then I got to get rid of it, and we have 1 foot. So let's take care of the foot first. They really are crawling along, and that is not intentional. It's just how it's worked out so far. I think specifically because we don't have great moving dice at this point. We do have this one, we just haven't gotten that icon yet. Okay, so we got 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and I'll go ahead and move this one so that I don't forget. And, oh man, do I go for a dugout? So what the dugout does is when you roll the beaver icon, you actually get to grab 3 dice from your roll zone, roll them without risk of busting, and then they become a part of your pool. Anything like you grab your activated ones, and then you can roll their blank ones with your other ones if you decide to push again. It's a great way to roll a bunch of stuff, but I don't have that many dice that I'm excited to roll yet. So let's grab another dog and a smelly cat, and let's see if we can get this guy moving. Obviously, I could have gone for a green one and a red one, join in the combat fight, but we'll let the other two duke it out. And yes, okay, so that's over there. I think that was our last player. Yep, so grab this, bring it over. We've got 1, 2, 3, 4. We got 5, and then that's going to bring us to 9. We don't bring those over because we don't need one yet. I hope I have that right. I think you only bring those over when you need one to draw and you don't have one. But we're going to bring the tray over, and good luck. Except my 2 reds are over there, right? Okay. Wow. Wow. Glad I don't have a risk of busting right now. Okay. I do risk busting, but I have so many dice, I'm going to go for it anyway. Even the starter die, it's 50-50, right? Well, with that kind of luck, I think I will stop. Golly molly, that was awful. All right, so that's going to bring us to 7. We'll bring these over. Now, what do I want? I really want to try to move. And this one, remember this one, it kind of helps you from busting. So let's go ahead and do that. I think that's 9. 3, yeah. Okay, so there's our 9. And, ooh, 2 moves. This one, again, that's going to help me not bust. It goes to the active zone, and I could choose to put it back in the roll pile, and I will. Let's try one more. Ooh. 5 dice, but that's 3 feet. Oh. I'm going to stop there because I really don't want to lose those 3 feet. That's a little too crucial at this point. Okay, so let's see if the blue player can actually get the red combat. That would be fun for them. So that's, where are we at? 6. And we bring these over, and we'll go like that. See if the llama can help us get some sweet rewards. Ooh, the combat. Okay, no fear of busting yet. Oh yeah, we can get 2. We get the same reward. Basically, you just treat each icon as its own thing. We're gonna go ahead and stop there because that could be pretty good, especially given my position, I think, on the board. I do think that's where I want to stop. All right. So our red player, they basically just have money. They've got 6 here plus a 5. Oh man, there's one that I really want for 11. No, I have 11. There's one that I really want for 12. So I don't think that I want to spend that unless I get a reckless cheese. Let's talk about what the cheese does. The yellow dice is worth 10 if I decide to go that way. I think I really want to save my credits though. But basically, if you have the cheese symbol showing, put it in your active zone. So if the cheese is in your active zone, if you push and don't bust, then you get to move for free. Or the one that I really wanted to save on is the Rollosaurus. When you roll that icon, you get to move 4, which is awesome. So I think for the 6 that I've got, let's try, I guess let's get another soldier and a dog. Just to really secure that combat stuff, you know? It was only 5, but at least I could save that for that Rollosaurus. I think that's what I want to do. Okay, so the yellow player only has 1 credit. That's not enough to do anything, and so we'll go ahead and move 3 times. I guess, well, what did I have? The red player had 6. No, they did want a red die. I was thinking that they could have spent the 4 to move. I always forget to do that because I don't think it's that exciting. Anyway, we're going to go 1, 2, 3. So the blue player gets 1 move, and they get to pick up 2 rewards after they move, 1 for each of those symbols. And yeah, let's do that first. So 1 move goes here. The big question is, which rewards do I get? I could get either the fan track, lose a die, or 2 credits. Oh, wow, I really want all of those. But since the blue player is really working on culling, I could lose 2 dice. But I think I'm going to do 1 fan track and lose 1 die. So let's go up here. That's going to get me a bigger hand size and a credit. So from here on out, I'll be rolling 10 dice, and I'll lose another gray one. Remember, you can lose that from any plates that you want to. All right, so now I have, let's do the combat, because that's going to be 3 credits. Oh, do you know what? I might need to, let me see if I can position myself to get those same rewards. I totally forgot that I needed to resolve the combat, which would have moved me twice and gotten me 3 credits. Sorry, that was bad ordering on my part. Well, let's go 1, 2. We'll put ourselves here. So that way we could have lost the die and we would have gotten this, but I could get another reward 1 or 2 spaces away. Let's use that to lose another die. Yeah, that'll be good. Ooh, okay, great turn. They are down 3 terrible dice, so they're going to have a really good concentration of stuff. So that was the combat. Oh, but then we need to lose the combat die. And then we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. We've got 9. I do want to save up for stuff. I don't want the red player to run away with anything, so I'm going to spend 2 of my credits. Okay, so I'm just going to go ahead and spend those 2. And let's just pick up another red one, just so the red player is a little squeamish. And slide those over. Yeah, that's a good plan, I'm sure. Okay, so let's go ahead and send that over. Okay, so what have we got? We've got 1, 2, 3. So I need 4 more. We'll bring those ones over here, and here we go. Okay. We can do better. That puts us at 3. But there's so many dice. I like that 2 of them are moves. Okay. Well, again, this one doesn't do anything unless I want to re-roll. That's 5. But that's 2, 4 money, and 2 feet. But I could have more. Okay, we're going to try one more time. Come on, one more. Oh, man, I'm glad I did. That was excellent. Okay. All right, blue. So now we get to have 10 dice. There's 5. Here's 5. We're rolling all of our dice right now. That's pretty cool. Especially because they're not crappy dice. Nice. We've got the combat, so the red player's a little nervous about that. And come on, llama rewards. Crap. I busted. Okay, so these go over here, along with whichever ones of these that I want to take over there. It won't matter because I have 10 dice now anyway, so I will, it doesn't matter. I don't even think I'm going to buy, I want to save these up. I'm not going to even buy any new dice, even though I really should have more dice on hand so I won't have to roll these gray ones. I'm going to leave it. But we do get to move here, and that will get us 2 credits. Even though I could get another llama. No. Be disciplined, Tom. Be disciplined. I hope you were inspired by that little speech. All right, so we've got 3 here. We're pulling over all of these. Oh my gosh, struggling here. To that side. So 3, 6, 9. That's not going to be a bad roll. It's kind of a crappy roll next time, but let's take advantage of it. Here we go. All right, we're going to secure the combat game. If I don't bust. And it's a little overly combative. No, we'll stop right there. Okay, yellow. Wow, look at this. Okay, so this one doesn't really do anything at this point. We are going to move to, I mean, could it get any closer? That's crazy. The dog is going to give us 3 and then go away. So 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So that's got... I was about to say good and awesome and stopped myself, and I don't know what I'm saying. What did I say? I had 3, 6, 8. I've got 8. What were they using the most? Smelly cat is really good for them, but they keep using the dog. Or do I hop into that combat fight? Let's stay out of that. Dugout. Oh, we do have lots of dice. You know what? Let's do a dugout one so you can see how it works. So these are over here. Spent all of these. Remember that blue busted, and we already took care of their thing. I could spend these credits. What have I got? I've got 8. Do I want to spend those? I could get another Bob. No, let's wait. Let's wait. Okay, red's going to move 2 from their combat, and they have this one, so they're going to move 3. So let's take care of that. I'm going to eventually... Here, let me lose this while I'm thinking of it. Grab my 3 credits. They're moving 2 for the combat, 1 for the other foot. Let's see, 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Is it worth going for a reward? 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Oh, I kind of want a reward. That's 4 away. 1, 2. All right. Well. 1, 2, 3. Let's go here. I should have said, I'll probably annotate this. We never block each other. You could have people on the same spot. You can jump over it. Like, it doesn't matter. You can just ignore other people as you're moving around the track. I'll annotate that. I should have said that earlier. And the dog will provide me with 3, and then it will go away. So I've got 3, 6. I'm up to 11. Oh, I just need 1 more to get my 12. So for 3 for the dog, I'll save the rest. Let's grab another combat. I kind of think that strategy is, I guess it's working. They're in the lead. We'll flip this over, pass this down. Now I know that it feels like we've been taking a while on this map, like we're technically like a fourth of the way there. But what I want to say is bear in mind, we're really working on getting a good engine going, and we're going to be able to start moving a heck of a lot faster here really soon. Like on this map, I kind of find that once you turn that first corner, then the ball is going to start rolling. And before you know it, we'll be getting there. Anyway, what have we got here so far? We get to hold 10. We are up to 7. So, oh yeah, the blue player gets all of their dice. And so we are going to go ahead and pick these up. I'm struggling here. Okay, not too bad to start off. But I have so many dice left over, and only 3 of them are kind of crappy, so let's at least give it one more shot. Ooh, okay, we've got the llama. These aren't great. I think I'll hold off. Yeah, let's hold off. All right, so we've got 4, and then there's 6 here, so we'll just leave one of these behind. This isn't going to be a great turn for red. Unfortunately, they had a pretty good one last time. Okay. Oops. Whoa. Stellar. Okay, we'll try again. No fear of busting unless you've got 3 active dice. And, oh, do I keep going? That is 5 dice. But that's better than nothing. I think I'll stop. Okay, so we've got these 3, and then we're going to slide all of these over here. It's a little awkward to do it from a standing position. And we definitely want to get these 3, so that's 6. I think that's 9, 3. Yeah, okay. Let's see if the yellow player starts flying. Wow. Well, they didn't get any of the cat symbols, which is disappointing. I'm leaving that green one in there because if I decide to roll again, all of the light grays came out. So in theory, I really should get a hit on one of these. We'll try. Oh, only on the green one. Do I do it again? Yeah, let's do it again. One more. Come on. Oh my gosh. I've never done that before, where I got all of my dice going. Holy cow. Speaking of running really fast. And now what we did is we have the beaver. Now, the beaver says that right now we need to do this. And what this says is we're going to pick 3 dice from our roll zone, or sorry, from the draw zone, and bring them into the roll zone. But like specifically, I guess it's confusing. Even if I had dice here, I would have set them aside. We just start by rolling these 3. And anything that was a hit would go into the active zone, and all of the rest go into the roll zone. And you could keep rolling with the other dice if you wanted to, but I think I'm not going to push my luck, and we're going to stick with that. And, oh, I didn't flip anybody's roll phases over. I was a little excited, so I'm doing that off camera. But with that, we should be good to go to the run phase. So blue gets 1 move, and they get to pick up an additional reward, or a reward up to 2 spaces away. Let's send them here, because that's been pretty exciting for us. And up to 2 spaces away, we're going to go ahead and lose another die. Or do I want 2 credits? Let me get 2 credits, because right now I am at exactly 10 dice, so I need to get more. Yeah, so let's get 2 credits. And because I landed on the fan track, I'm going to go here, so that's 4 credits. I'm going to turn in this one for a 5. So these are done. I guess we'll go like that. And then I've got 2, 4, 5, 10. Oh man, I've got a lot. Okay, yeah, let's get 2 great dice, and hopefully we'll lose even more soon. I did a quick count, and I do have 17 to work with. So what I think I'm going to do is a Rollosaurus and another Bob. Loving those Bob dice for the blue player's strategy. So this is 17 altogether. I'm pretty sure I had that. There's 10, 12, 14, 16, 17. Yeah. So no more credits, but 2 excellent dice. I can afford to lose 2 more and be in great shape. Red player, not too great here. We have 1 move and 3 credits. Let's start with the 1 move. We'll just jut this way. And they do have 3 money, but then keep in mind they also have 8 credits, so up to 11 if we want. 11, do you want? Let's get a reckless cheese so that we can make sure that we see and understand how that one works. So that one cost 10. That was these 3 plus that 7. Slide that over. And our crazy yellow player. So we did this one already. That one happened immediately, so I'll just go ahead and put that there. We have, what was that, 5 moves? That's amazing. We're going to have 5 moves. Oh my gosh. I'm really struggling. 1, 2. If we had rolled the cat symbols, it would have been better. But we'll take what we can get. So 5 moves and then 3 credits. Or money. 3 money. The credits are the square ones. Okay, so we go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Remember, we never block each other. And we've got 3 as a use it or lose it situation. Let's just grab a soldier one for now. I mean, the dog would be good too to help me get... Ooh, maybe I do want the dog. Because I've really got to get better dice over there. And the dog can get me 3. Yeah. Well, but that gets me 3 and 2 move. If I win it, let's try. If I don't win those, no harm, no foul, I guess, kind of. And as I promised at the beginning of my video, I will kind of forget to flip these. I'm going to continue to flip them off camera because specifically that's helping me keep track of where I am as I'm rotating the 3 characters. Pass this one over. And let's see, I'll bring the tray. Oh, I just dropped the box. Okay, so we've got 6. So we're going to bring these over. And I'm nervous to bring the yellow one with this set. This is a pretty terrible set. Let's bring 1 combat. Do you know what? Let's do this. Let's try to get rid of these awful ones and then have a great roll next turn. I think that'll be the plan. Is that a smart plan? I don't know. It's just so many light ones that I want to just get rid of them. Wow. Wow. Okay. I guess that was kind of expected. Yeah, I mean, it's kind of expected, but I didn't expect it to be that bad. Come on. All right. We're going to go one more. And yes. Okay. I mean, it's... I want to get rid of these. One way to get rid of these is if I bust, I can slide everything over. Let's try one more time. Come on. One more. But I don't want to lose that combat, actually. But I really don't want these. And if I bust, I can just get them in the discard pile. Let's at least try. Ah, yeah. See? You just got to push your luck sometimes, children. All right, so they are up to 5 with these ones. Kind of in a similar situation as red. These are not fantastic. Okay, let's get the orange one because that might bring more in. And so that's 6. And then what do I want? We'll do 7, 8, 9. Yeah, and then if I get the orange one, I'll bring in those other ones. All right. Here we go. Great. Okay, so I've got these, and I did roll the orange one. So right now, I grab 3 from my roll zone, and we'll add these in. Oh, actually, we don't add them in yet. We roll them to the side, because this wouldn't bust you. If you don't get these, you don't bust. But we add these here. The rest of these are in the roll zone. Oh, we got a cat finally. And I think I feel good enough about that we can stop there. That kind of did what we wanted it to do. All right. So we've got 5. Remind me, we have 10. I think we're going to have 2 leftovers. Is that right? So we need 5 more. And let's grab these 4. And one of these, I'm hoping this concentrated juice over here will be perfect for our morning breakfast stuff. Okay. Ooh, interesting. So we've got these here. Now we're kind of in an interesting situation because the red player has 1 combat and so do we. Now some of the combat cards will specify oh, yep, this one does. The start player breaks ties, which means you start with the starting player and then go around, and they will be the winner. And so the red player, because they are the starting player, will win that combat. Not all cards are specific, and in that case, you would have to have the most. Yeah. Okay. Oh gosh. Okay, so this one's a 1 out of 6. So are these. But this one is 50-50, and this one is, do I go one more? 1 move and 2 rewards isn't amazing. Let's try one more. Dang it, dang it, dang it. Ah! Okay. All right, so we lost these. Pull these out of our roll zone. And we'll go ahead and discard those 2 because we may discard things from our roll zone if we want to. But we are moving here, gaining 3 credits, and our hand size goes up by 1 again. So I guess it's not the worst thing in the world for the blue player to have encountered that. It's not great, but we'll take it. Okay, the red player, they won combat, so that's going to be 2 feet plus this one, so that'll be 3 feet. And let me just grab them while we're at it. 3 credits. And they will lose this one. I just don't want to forget. So they're moving 3. 1, 2, 3. And then we use that. So then we've got 3. So we got 7. Between 7 and 11. Let's grab another Reckless Cheese. You will see the advantage once we start using it, I promise. So that will go in our discard pile, and so will all of these once I tip them. And we lost all of these but 1. And our yellow player, so the cat, here let me just grab the card just to show you as a reminder. When you roll the cat symbol during the run phase, then you get 2 movements. So the cat was 2, 3, 4, 5. That will be spectacular. Go ahead and move 5. Now I'm actually not sure, I haven't counted this out. Let's say we start from where the red player is, just to count things out, and go to here. So we can either go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, or 1 to get this reward if we were to stop here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah, it's going to be the same. So if you could manage to stop here, that's cool. Either way, it won't matter. But we'll go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And with only 2 money to spend, seems like that would be good for the dog. So I'm just going to grab one of those. We'll put that there. And the blue player had busted, and I don't plan on spending those 3 credits. Should I? No, we won't. All right, next round. Here's that. Okay, so we've got 5, 6, 7, 8. Bring these around. I think we're going to throw in the orange one. Fingers crossed that the dugout, it has 2 sides with icons, so we're going to hope that that will let us bring even more dice in, kind of like it did last time. And good luck. Oh, yeah. Just as I thought. Okay, so we have this one. I'm using it now to bring in... Oh, what should I bring in? Let's keep running. Well... do I want the dog? Let's do 2 cats and a dog. Oops. So I'm going to roll these here. Grab that one. These come into the pool. And go again, because there's a lot of them. Nice. Oh, man, are we going to win combat? That would be cool. In fact, I think I want to hold on to that luck. Let's keep that the way that it is. Because the red player didn't do any combat this time. Yeah. Oh, no, wait. We're the first ones. Oh. Is 1 combat enough? Sure. We'll stick with it. We'll try it. Okay, blue. Don't get cocky. We've got 11. We need 3. So we need 11. We have 3. We have 5. So I think I'm just abandoning 1. So we'll just leave that one behind. And here we go. Do good things. Wow. Okay, another combat. Yellow would win that one, so that doesn't matter so much because they are the starting player. But 2 moves and 2 rewards. But I really want to... These ones are so good. 50-50 chance with this one. Okay. One more time. Do not bust. Do not bust. Yeah! Oh, man. Blue has been behind, but this one's a move 4. Ah, cool. I love a close game. Okay, so 9 will be all of these with an empty draw pile. And hopefully as I'm talking through this, I'll remember. If I get a cheese, I'll remember. Okay. So, wow. We're going to be tied for combat, so player order would put yellow in the lead on that one. And we didn't get the cheese symbol, so nothing new happening yet. Whoa! I've never seen that before. That was fun. Okay, we're going to do that. And 2 feet and combat. Well, we're losing that combat. But if you roll the cheese, you really want to roll it as early as possible. It's not going to do me much now, so let me hold on to that. Yeah, we'll just go ahead and call that good. That was the end of the roll phase. Okay, I kind of warned you things were going to start going fast. So we run the combat because we were all tied on combat symbols. And we were the first player. So that's going to be 2 movement. Let me grab the 3 credits. And we need to lose this die. So 2 movement plus another one will be 3. 1, 2, 3. At some point, the blue player is going to have to decide, do we just go this way or do we keep up with the rewards? I really want to keep up with the rewards and see if that's going to work. But you could see how fast they slung around. If they keep having rounds like that, this isn't going to last long. But then this one would get me 1 credit. Man, I haven't been watching that carefully. Sometimes I just act like that's money, but that one's a credit. This one's 2 money. I might have some annotating to do. We'll see. But I got the 1 credit, so I put it up there. And then I have these 3 money. And so I've got 3 to 7 to use. I'm struggling to decide. A cat and a dog or a dugout. Let's get another cat and a dog so that we have good dice to pick from for when we do the dugout again. I think that'll be the best route. So all of these are over here, and I spent those 4. Okay, so for the combat, we lost that, so nothing happens there. This one is 4 feet. And then we have these two. So 6 movement plus we're going to gain 2 rewards. So let's just see what happens if I really stick to the edge. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. If I land here, I could lose 2 dice. That really does basically start getting rid of those light ones. I could get 4 credits. I could lose another one and get one of those. That will be 3 credits there. Okay. I can lose up to 4 dice. I'm going to lose up to 4 dice by landing. Okay, here's what I'm doing. I'm going to lose 2 dice for landing here. Right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Is that where I was? Crap. Where was I? I think was I here? Here. Here? Ah! Give me a second. I just lost track. Okay, sorry. I was here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Lands me on here to lose 2. I could pick 2 different rewards up to 2 spaces away, or they could be the same. I think I'm going to take this one twice. I'm going to take this one twice. It does happen one at a time. So I can lose up to 4 dice, and I'm moving this thing twice. Here's why I feel okay doing that. When I go 1, 2, I'm increasing my hand size. I am losing more dice, but I'm also going to gain 6 credits once for each time that I moved. Now I can lose up to 4. So, yeah, we're going to pull all of these out and get rid of them. And one concern that I have is not having those gray dice. I mean, I can now, at this point, I can roll up to 12. How many dice have I got? I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I'm going to go pick up 2 more. And, oh, do you know what I don't? Oh, yeah. Okay, so here's the thing. You know how I discarded that die? That happened before I determined my total number of money. I think I'm doing this right. So I had 3 money. You determine that here. And then I moved, and then I'm going to buy. So I still have that money available, I believe. So I think I had 3. I have between 3, and then I have 9 more. So between 3 and 12. As much as I would love to just spend that 12 to get this, I think it would probably be best for me to have 2 dice. So what if I grab a dog and a cheese? If I'm going for 12. Or do I grab a bob? I don't want a dugout. I don't have nearly enough dice there. Do I grab a bob and a smelly cat because I got to go faster? Well, this will help me as long as I'm not busting and I have such a good hand. Sometimes choices are hard. All right, we're going to go here. And basically, that was the only one left behind. All of these slide over. And what did I grab? I grabbed all 12, so I spent everything. Okay, so I'll discard that. And even though I'm rolling under my hand limit, I'm going to just roll all of the dice. That's okay. I have space for 2 more and to still be doing that. Probably not optimal, but it's fun. All right, the red player lost combat also. So they're just going to move 2, and then we have 2 or 3 to spend. So I could go here and get rid. I could just go 1 space, stop, and get rid of that. We'll go 1, 2. And that is accurate because in the rule book it says you may move up to that number of spaces. So if you only wanted to spend 1, you could. So I don't know. I don't know that it makes a difference whether I go 1, 2 or 1, 2. I think we just counted it out that it would be the same. Either way, I'm going to miss that reward, I think. Now I could spend 2 or 3. Let's hold on to that credit. We'll go for a rich dog. I know that I probably should grab a combat since I've been losing them, but we'll grab a dog. And there we go. Next up, blue's going to become our starting player. They have a hand of 12. And if I remember correctly, we only have 10 dice. Let's just double check that. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10. Great. We'll get 2 more dice. I'm very optimistic. This should be good. Okay. Make sure that's on camera. That was a lot of talk and no action here. All right, let's try that again. Come on. We can do better. That's a little bit better. All right, so this would give me 1 move and 2 llamas. I'd love to get at least 1 more move in there if possible, because I got to keep moving. Just keep swimming. Let's go 1 more time, because a lot of these are 50-50s. Okay. Nice. Okay. Now, that'll be perfect, but here's the trouble with the cheese. This works in this way. If I push my luck 1 more time, each time you push your luck and don't bust, you get to move 1 more. Now, the dog only has 2 spaces on it. This one has 2 spaces. Our combat has 2 spaces. I'm not feeling lucky enough, so basically this cheese symbol this round didn't do anything for me. That's why you want to roll the cheese early. Not that I had a choice in the matter, but that would be a good goal. Okay, so I'm going to be able to move 5 and pick up 3 rewards. That'll be good. We can hopefully replenish some of our dice at that point. Okay, so they are at 4. Slide these over. And we're getting so close to the end. Do I just grab my strong ones? Do I try to distribute out my weak ones? Let's see. We'll go. Nobody else is really fighting me on combat right this second. Let's try to get some money. So we'll grab those 2. And we'll grab these 2 just to try to spread it out so we don't have a terrible turn. Let's really aim for the cheese. I think that's 9. All right. That's going to be our game plan. Okay. 3 and a combat victory. I'm kind of dreading. I realize now, since I put the cheeses in, I really shouldn't have put in as many gray ones. I probably should have gone with the dark gray ones, but here we are. Okay, so now the really, really hard choice. If I push my luck and I don't bust, I can move twice. But this is going to bust me. Do I do it for fun? That's 3 money. Nah, no, I've got to stop. So once again, that's not going to do anything for me. Okay. I'm kind of disappointed in that cheese stuff. I really wanted it to work. We've got 6 so far, and this will be 7, 8, and 9. So we're not pulling over our discard. And we don't have our dugout beaver. Not great. Okay. Still not great. Go 1 more time. All right. It's okay. It's not amazing, but it's okay. All right. Let's make the most of blue. So blue is going to be moving 5 times, and then we'll be able to claim 3 rewards. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Lose another. But then I could claim 3 rewards. I could get 9 credits. That seems reasonable. Okay, so we can lose a die and gain 9 credits. So there's our 9 credits. And, oops. Oh my gosh, come on. Sure. All right, so probably, because I'm going to lose a die, I could choose it. I could choose not to, but let's get rid of one of these gray dice. And I've got 9 credits to spend. Let's go for, okay, I have plenty of Bob, I think. We were doing 9. That helps me push my luck because it's got 3. I think let's do that. Let's do one of these and a smelly cat, and let's try to keep moving. With the one that I got rid of, I think I'm now at 11 dice. Is that true? Let's see, 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 11. All right, so still under my hand size, but like I said, that'll at least give me some flexibility. There are some spaces, though there's 1 space, 2 spaces as I'm looking on the board, 3 spaces on the board that will get me dice for free, so that's good news. Oh, and I realized for the blue player, as I was doing that, I still had the 2 coins from the start player die, so I'm just going to return 2 of these credits. I still like my dice selection, I think. yeah, so I goofed, but here we are. All right, red 1 combat, so that's going to be 2 moves and 3 credits. So let's grab the 3 credits. And we'll deal with these ones later. 2 moves. So I have between 6 and 10. Well, I'm going to lose my red die, so let's make that one of them. So lose it, pick one up, and we've got to get moving a little bit faster, I think. But the dugout could help too. Should have thought that through. So if I get that 3, let's just get a smelly cat. We got to run. We're getting close to the finish line-ish. So that was 8. So I'm going to keep 2 credits. Okay. All right, over here we have 1 move and then 6 money. Still in the lead. But it's pretty close, I think, especially considering how far blue has been moving pretty quickly. Let's see, for 6, I think, why don't we get a dog and a rock on, I think. I don't know. I'm sure all you wanted to do today was spend time watching me flip dice. Okay, let's pass this over and bring in the tray. Let's see, so we'll definitely grab these 3. I kind of tried to spread things out last time. So 4, 7, go like that. And we got some feet. A win in combat. Do I do one more? Let's do one more. Yes. Okay. Oops, that was me. Okay. Not too shabby. And I want you to keep in mind, because this video is going pretty long at this point, it's going like almost 3 times as long as it normally would, because I'm showing 3 players going individually, where that stuff would happen like simultaneously. So just keep that in mind, and I might even need to annotate that. Okay, so we got 3, 4, 5. Let's pull over this one. 6, 7, 8, 9 to help me go that way, I think. Is that really 9? Yeah. Nice. Okay. So pull these ones out. Remember, this one means it goes active, and then you could choose to put it back over here to help you keep rolling. Let's do that. Okay. I think with that, we will go ahead and stop. And then we've got all of the dice, because we're still short. We're 1 under our allotment. Wow. Okay. We're going to be tied for combat, but the red player is the starting player, so they're going to win that one. And I'm still feeling pretty good, because lots of these are like 3 faces. Well, maybe I shouldn't feel so good. What do I do? One more? Yeah, because I'm not going to be able to move. I could still claim my... No, I do move. I move twice, claim my reward. Oh, let's try one more. Come on. All right. 3 rewards. We still haven't utilized the cheese, but that's okay. We will. Maybe. I don't know. All right. Over here we have... We're going to win the combat, so that's 2 movement. Let me grab my credit. And so we're going to have these 2 plus the other 2. So we got 4 movement. 1, 2, 3, 4. Remember that we really kind of ignore each other in terms of where we are on the track. And I've got between 3 and 8 credits to spend. Let's get a smelly cat and another soldier. Again, I keep thinking this can't be the most efficient use of my money to be getting these soldiers or whatnot. But it seems to be working. They're tied, so that's good. I mean, the yellow player's about to shoot ahead, but, you know, for a while they were in the lead. Okay. So we got that. I spent everything. And we'll slide these over. Okay, we've got 2, 3, 4, 5 movement and 1 credit that won't do, or 1 money that won't do anything for me. So 5 movement. Come on. Oh my gosh. All right. Wait, yeah. 5 movement. Let's see here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Ooh, it's getting close. The thing is, the yellow player doesn't have great movement dice for next turn. Like, they hardly have any. I think that was their big run. I'm going to guess we've got 2 more rounds in here. Let's find out. Okay, so the cat is 2 moves. I lost combat, so I'm just going to do that. So 2 moves, plus we'll have 3 rewards of our choosing. And, oh, I guess I could have utilized this to roll again. That's okay. That's okay. And then we'll get 2 money. But yeah, let's go move twice, 3 rewards. I think we're heading for the same idea here, and then we'll use that as our reward. So we'll get 9 credits back. We'll bring over 10 and get rid of the 1. Okay, so we've got 2 more money here. We did that already. And so we got between 2 and, what would that be, 13? Let's hold on to 1 of those credits and grab a purple. Okay, so then we did that. All right. Those go over there. I think now I'm at my full 12. 3, 6, 9, 12. Yep. Pass this over. It's possible this is our last turn, but as I mentioned, these are their big movement over here. Not much happening here. So let's do 1, 2. So wait, that's 7. And we'll go 8, 9. Like that. And that way we'll get lots of money this time. Oh, I needed my tray. Here we go. Okay. Wow. Well, that'll be 6, but then we're going to lose those. So then we got that. Let's go again. Okay, I like those better because then we don't lose them. Do I do 1 more? I really want that. Oh, that's so much money. 1 more. 1 more. Okay. Well, lost all of that. That was frustrating. And put these here. I'm going to go ahead and just discard these ones so I don't have to look at them anymore. And, oh, let's do this. 1 credit. Yay. All right, here we go. Our full complement of great dice over here. We're going to see if this pays off. Yeah. Keep in mind, even though the yellow player, I was playing legit, they wouldn't have had any movement anyway. So, likely not. Oh my gosh. These bob dice are great. And this is going to be move 4, move another one. I'm going to go 1 more time. Yes. Wow. Okay, once again, the cheese didn't help us, and that's okay, because look at all the good stuff happening. We'll see if the red player gets some combat. Okay, so we have 6 awful dice. I think my goal this time will be, let's just try to win combat. The blue player, if we tie, the blue player is going to get it. I need 1 more. Let's hold on to the cheese. Okay. This is not going to go well. Look at all of those light gray dice. That's okay. Okay, wahoo. Again, I'm trying to at least, I'd love to win combat if I could. Maybe, let's try 1 more. Oh, okay. I won't win combat, but turned out to be a pretty good turn for me. So the yellow player busted, and there's nothing we will do about that. Fingers crossed we have a better turn next time. Only 1 credit, so yeah, nothing's happening over here. But blue, once again, we've got 3 rewards that we're going to pick up from the board in addition to whatever we land on. This is going to be, well, okay, so we won combat, so that's 2. Hold on, let me gather the credits before I forget. 1, 2, 3. We're going to have 2 feet, plus 4 is 6, 7, 8, 9, and then we'll grab 3 rewards. So where does that put us? If we go around the outside edge, which maybe I don't have to, maybe I want to cut through, but if we did 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Okay, what are some other options? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. I'd still be 2 away from that one. And, oh, I am 2 away from this one. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Let's do that. Now this reward, it's a little hard to see. That means you gain a die. You could pick up any die you want to. I think what we're going to do is, rather than 4 credits, because each one of these, that's 2 spaces away, I get 3 rewards. I am going to grab 3 Rollosauruses. Let's finish this thing strong. That'll pay its worth in gold. All right, so that was the reward for moving. I still have 4 credits left over if I wanted to. Oh my gosh, come on. We can do it. Okay, because I haven't like those rewards are different than the purchasing stuff. I do have 4 credits that I could use. Do I want to use those? I guess I could use those 4 credits to move. Well, if I moved myself 1 more space, then, well, I still would have had access to those rewards. Let's do that. I'm going to spend, yeah, imagine that I had spent those 4 credits in the move space, because I did have those credits. So during the move, I move 1 more space, and that still works because I'm still within 2 spaces of that. And I recognize I'm going kind of against strategy, but again, that big thing was trying to get to that award, and the only way for me to do that was to kind of curve around this way. If I had stayed on the outside edge, I wouldn't have been able to reach that. So I still think we're being true to our character. Okay, so red did not win the combat, but they do have 2 moves and 4 coins. And we'll go 1, 2. Gosh, this is a close game. Let's see here. For 4 coins, what would I want? Maybe a rock on. I'm down to 2. Well, nobody else has combat. I'm the only one with combat left. So yeah, let's grab one of these. When I get the cheese going, maybe that green one will be helpful. I don't know. Okay, let's pass this over. Okay, my guess is that this is going to be it. So we've got 4. I can't remember how many I'm keeping out. I feel like I'm keeping 2 out. We got those 4. I'm going to definitely bring in my Rollosauruses here. And then, so that's 8. And I don't necessarily need rewards because I'm not going to be, I can't imagine landing anywhere near one. So we need 4 more. Let's bring in these 4. These 2 stay behind. All right, here we go. As long as I don't screw this up, I really should have a very successful round and probably win. Okay, so we got the cheese. We have some feet. We have a reward. So I'm only moving once at this point. I'm going to put this back in. Come on, I've got all of these movements over here. I've got to get at least 1. Right? Okay, so I am using the cheese. So if I push and I don't screw this up, then I get to move 1. Oh, woo. Okay, I didn't screw it up. I did move 1. That's 2 feet. Let's look at what that would do. Well, I'm not stopping, but I'm going to go move 1 and take a look. Okay, let's see. So 1 puts me here. 2 feet gets me there. And do I go 1 more time? Chances are not good. I'm relying on that green one. I'm going to do it. I'm going to do it because I'm not going to cross the finish line right now anyway. So let's try again. Okay, All right, so first of all, because of the cheese, I need to go move 1. This will pass me over the finish line this turn. So that puts me 1 here for the cheese. For the cheese! That should be a slogan or a t-shirt or something. And so at this point, it's all about, can you cross that finish line? So we're going to need the cheeses. We're going to need that. So what is that? 6. The dog's money. This is going to be better for me than the dog. I think that's what we're going to do. All right. Hey, we got to use the cheese though, right? That's all that really matters. Not great. Okay, so I'm pushing. It's not super clear in the book unless I missed it. I am pushing even though I don't risk busting because I don't have enough active dice. I only have 1 active die. So I do still think that I get a move from this one because I rolled, I put my hits, and then I'm going to keep pushing. I just don't risk busting, I think. Okay, so I do get a move 1 for the cheese, and it's so close. I think because I know that the blue player is going to cross, we have to at least push our luck at least 1 more time. But what I wanted to add to that is, if you land on a reward space by moving from the cheese, it's not technically part of the run phase, so you actually don't pick up the reward. You just move on to the space. You're earning movement, but not a reward from the cheese. So just keep that in mind. Okay, if I don't bust, I get to move 1 more. Good. Okay, that'll be useful. At least keeps me in the game. And let's move 1 more. And given how close it is, I really think that I've got to go 1 more time. All right. So I didn't bust. I do get to move 1 more. But yeah. Okay, let's go ahead with our yellow players. So they got 2, 5, 6, 7. It's all about moving 8, 9, 10. Why did I do 10? I don't know. 9. Okay. Do I have the 9? 3? No, wait. I just grabbed that one accidentally. 3? Am I doing this right? No. I don't know. I lost track. I think that's 9. What is happening in my brain? 4, 8, 9. Here we go. Not great. Here we go. I need some cats. Come on, cat lovin'. Okay, we got the beaver. So that happens right now. I grab 3 dice. I definitely want the cat. This will help me keep rolling. And this has a foot on it. So here, we'll roll these separately. Good. Okay, so there's no bust. But I'm going to bring this one back. Remember, I meant you can't bust with that specific roll. Wow. Ooh. Okay. Even though I have these 2, these 3, I'll have 50-50 chance. We're going to do it. It's all or nothing. Yes. Okay. We'll call that good. Man, I think we might all cross the finish line. So then we'll have to talk about the tiebreaker, which is who went the farthest. I think it's going to be blue, but of course we're going to play this out. All right, so blue, this is crazy. So we're done with this one. They've got 1, 2, 3, plus another 4. So that is 7. If I'm near a reward, fine. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And I get a credit as a reward. And sure, I've got 5 money to spend. Just because we love him, we'll buy a bob. The red player won combat, so they're going to get 2 feet and 3 credits. And then in addition to those 2 feet, they have this 1 foot right here, so 3 feet. Oh man, that gets them really close to the finish line, but they didn't quite get there. And fine, we can use one of these just to get another combat die just for kicks and giggles. And over here we had 1, 2, 3, 4 movement, 4 credits. 1, 2, 3, 4 does get them across the finish line, but as a tiebreaker, because these both crossed the finish line in the same round, it's whoever went the farthest. That was blue. And there you have it, my 3-player playthrough of Cubitos, whatever you're calling it. We just did that. And congratulations to Blue. I really did not know if they were going to be able to make it. I kept promising that they were going to have big moves, and it took a while, but they got there. I know I abandoned their strategy right there at the end as I had to cut across, but I kind of felt like I had to. We had such a clear opportunity. Obviously, it paid off in the end. So wahoo, that's kind of cool. I really hope you could see that there is, look at how close that was. There are advantages to being on the outside track, in the middle, on the inside track. There's advantages to going for the rewards, to climbing up this fan track, all sorts of things. There's advantages for culling your dice. There's also there's just so many things you can do. Different kinds of tracks. There are even more features on these other tracks. So let me just give you a brief overview of the flip side over here. Some other things that you could see is like, okay, so for example, this one, you would gain a die and 4 coins. There are also these shortcuts. So when you land on this space, if you have 7 feet, you can use those 7 feet to zip over here. So you can basically spend feet to jump over, but you're going to have like, I don't even know how you'd get 7 feet in only that amount of space. But there are these shortcuts where you can spend either feet. I think there's a different kind of shortcut that spends coin. Yeah, here's one right here. So you could camp out over here, spend 6 money to pop up over here. Okay, so all sorts of kind of fun things that they do with these different tracks. It's loads of fun. Now, even without a pandemic, I always have a hard time getting a gaming group together. But I really love this game. Like I said, Quacks of Quedlinburg is one of my favorites. I need to play this more. To me, this is very similar to that. I still like them both for different reasons. I mean, Quacks, I love drawing, and I like the negative consequence. They just like, even though they both have similar features, they do feel different to me. So I'm definitely keeping both. But what I was saying is, even without a pandemic, I have a hard time getting a gaming group together. And so solo modes are really important for me, especially for the games that I love the most. And so this one didn't come with a solo mode. I did make a solo mode. I think I'm going to be planning on playing, so like in the rule book, they offer these different setups. Basically, you can kind of do like this tour. Where is it? Right here. So we just barely did the first game. I think what I'll do next is the second race. So I'll use a different track, and I'm going to use these different cards because each one of these dice has totally different cards, different abilities and things you can do. Tons of variability. I know this video went long. Keep in mind I was doing 3 turns separately where most people would be doing that at the same time. But yeah, I can't say enough positive. This was my most anticipated game of 2021. It was super fun. It didn't let me down. It's been awesome. All right, thanks for watching. I hope that was fun for you too. Make good choices. I'll talk to you later. Bye.